Hello students. Hello students, welcome to IMS GATE Academy. In the last session I started H parameters, that one two-port network I started. There I explained all the four H parameters, Z parameters, Y parameters, ABCD parameters. These four parameters, how those equations are to be written, how to draw the equivalent circuit I explained. And also I have done certain number of the problems based upon Z and Y parameters. And one of the question also I gave it to have the practice. The same problem I would like to tackle today. And also I will do certain number of questions also, understand now. Yes, in the last class I gave this question, in the last session I gave it, exactly I can say. That question is find impedance parameters. Find impedance parameters. Impedance parameters. Z11 and Z12. This is the given question. There is a 2 ohm resistor and there is one ohm resistor, and here one more 2 ohm resistor and one more 1 ohm resistor is there. This is 1 ohm. 2 ohm, 1 ohm, 2 ohms, 1 ohm. This side one more 2 ohm is there. There is one more 2 ohm. Yes, in this way the connection of network is given. This is plus, this is a minus. This voltage is given V1 plus minus. But is asking to find only two Z parameters. One is Z11 and Z12. These two are needed. How we can calculate these values? In the network, what you have to do, in the network you need to simplify to a certain extent. If you are simplifying these networks to a certain extent, it becomes very simple. Sorry. How we can simplify this network? Here, delta connection it is given here now. But I want to convert this into delta. What now? Star connection. Like that, 3 resistors I can draw. No down here now. If I got these 3 values, still more extent we can simplify this now. Finally, this network comes in the form of the T network. Once you got the T network, you know what way we need to calculate Z parameters. How we can get these values? Mostly in the foundation course I have taken. There in the networks, I explained how to convert delta to star and star to delta. I gave it. I did certain number of questions also before. Based upon delta to star conversion, this how much it is possible? 2 into 1 by 2 plus 1 plus 1. If it is taken, it comes as a 0.5 ohms. This value possible. Delta to star connection. But the resistance it comes as a what now? 2 into 1 by 1 plus 2 plus 1. If it is taken, it comes as the same 0.5. This value 1 into 1 by 1 plus 2 plus 1 you take it now. It comes as exactly 0.25. It comes just I converted delta to star. Formulas are there, you know. By using that, I did it. Understand now? That means 2 into 1, 2. 2 divided by 2 plus 1 plus 2, 4. 2 by 4 is 1 by 2. 1 by 4 is nothing but 1 by 1, no, 2 by, we are writing clearly, 2 into 1 divided by 2 plus 4, totally 2 by 4 is nothing but 1 by 2, it becomes as a 0.5 ohms only now. Yes, same I have written like that. Apply the same condition, we know already. Based upon that condition given before, you will get answer then now. Yes, this circuit I can redraw in this way. How I can redraw? There is a 2 ohm resistor here. This 2 ohm I have noted as this. This is removed. We got in this delta connection star 0.5 here. This is 0.5 ohm. And here I got 0.25. 0.25 ohms we got here. And this side I got 0.5. This side I got 0.5. 0.5 ohms. And this side I got one 2 ohm resistor. This voltage I have taken as a V2. And this voltage V1 I can put here now. This is V1 plus minus plus minus. But on simplification, you know, finally it comes as 2.5. This is 2.5 ohm. This side 2.5. And this becomes 0.25. 0.25 ohm. This is V1, you know very well. This is V2, you know very well. This current is I1, you know very well. This current is I2. This is I2. But I want Z11 and Z12 that we can get only from the one loop is enough. Just apply the KVL in this direction, both values you can get directly. Z11 and Z12 you can get only from that loop directly. When I applied the KVL in this side, I can note down this current is nothing but what? This is I1, this is I2, this is nothing but I1 plus I2, you know very well. I1 plus I2. I can write V1 equal to 2.5 I1 plus 0.25 I1 plus I2 I can write. Finally, this is nothing but V1 equal to 2.5 and 0.25, 2.75 I1 it comes. What about I2? 0.25 I2 is possible. 0.25 I2 is possible. Such a way equation is formed. 2.751, 0.25 I2 only now. So now you know very well the Z parameters. These are what form? In the Z parameters you know very well. V1 equal to Z11 into I1 you know very well. This is Z11. Z12 into I2. This value will be taken as a Z12 only now. And directly we can write Z11 is nothing but 2.75 ohms I can write. Z12 is nothing but 0.25 I can write now. Yes, we are getting both values, that is Z11 and Z12. In this way we need to tackle this question. I think every student followed the method to do this question now. And I want to give you one more question you can understand clearly now. The next question I will give. The next question is given. For the two-port network, network for the two-port network shown below. Shown below. Shown below. The short circuit admittance, the short circuit admittance parameter, admittance parameters. Short circuit means admittance parameters only. Admittance parameters. Parameters matrix is and here the network is given like this. Now I will draw the network, you can understand clearly. The network is given there is a resistor, there is one resistor that is given 0.5 ohms. This is with 0.5 ohms and here given 0.5 ohms. This is 0.5 ohms and one more 0.5 ohms this side. 0.5 ohms it is given. Yes, in this way the network is given. This is V2 plus minus, this is V1 is given. Yes, this is the given problem. Is asking to find the admittance parameters. All Y parameters are required in the matrix form. That is the question. Anybody can do this question without my help? Already given formula. Already formula is given. Easily you can tackle this question. Anybody can do this? Anybody? But in the last session I gave it one pi network. There I gave what now? This is a Y. This is nothing but what now? Here required YA, YB, YC. Admittant values YA, YB, YC required. When you got the YA, YB and YC, how to get Y parameters I explained. Here it is not given admittance values, impedance resistors only now, ohms, it is given in ohms only now. Resistors are given with ohms. I am in need of YA, YB, YC only now. YA is nothing but YA I want to get from here. YA I want to get from here. YB I can get from here. YC I can get from here. But a YA is nothing but reciprocal of this impedance or reciprocal of resistance also we can write 1 by 0.5. 1 by 0.5 is nothing but 2 mho it comes. 2 mho I can write. What about YB? YB also same. It doesn't have any change. 1 by 0.5 I can write as a 2 mho. What about YC? 1 by 0.5, its value is nothing but same 2 mho is possible. But how the formula is given in the last class? Just I derived also that formula by using the nodal analysis. We got the matrix Y, what now? Y parameters matrix. The Y parameters matrix you can write like this. The last class I derived Y parameters matrix you can write now. What I gave already? YA plus YB. This value must be YA plus YB I said, if it is given pi network. By using the nodal we got minus YB here, this value. This is a minus YB, you know very well. And this is nothing but YB plus YC you can write. YB plus YC. So such a way I gave in the last class. Just by substituting the values you can get required Y parameters in the matrix form. How we can get Ya plus Yb? Ya is nothing but the 2 plus Yb is nothing but the 2 minus Yb is nothing but the 2 minus 2, this is a minus 2, Yb is nothing but the 2, Yc is nothing but 2. And finally, these values are taken as a 4 minus 2 and 4 I can write now. These are all the Y parameters for the given network I can say now. Such a way we can tackle this question. It's not complicated, anybody can do very easily this question. And I wish to give one more question in your hand now. You please try to give answer for this question. I will give one more question, you get an idea. For the given two port, network, come on, the value of transfer impedance Z21 in ohms is here the network is given like this. Here given with 4 ohm resistor. This is 4 ohm resistor. Or you can change the color best. Still good now. I'll give the network clearly now. And this network we can take with a different color. Here the 4 ohm resistor is connected here. This is 4 ohms. And here given with a 2 ohm resistor. This is 2 ohm resistor. And this side it is connected with a 2 ohm resistor. This is 2 ohm. And also connected one 2 ohm resistance. 2 ohm resistor is connected this side. This is a 2 ohm resistor. This voltage is given V1 here. This voltage is given V2. Is asking to find Z21 only, nothing more than that. But I will say any single student can do this problem or not. I want to wait for some time. You please try to give answer for this question without my help. Is it possible to get answer without my help? Please try it. You start doing this question. You can start doing this question. Anybody? How we can get? Once you simplify this network, it becomes very simple. What way we can simplify? Here it is given 2 ohms and 4 ohms and 2 ohms are given. This is just like a what now? Delta connection. The delta connection you convert into what? Star connection. Once you are converting into the what star connection, it comes in the form of the T network. Once you got the T network, you know very well what way you need to tackle the question. That's why you can start doing this question now. You convert delta to star conversion here now. Delta to star conversion, how we can do this now? Please start doing this question. You can start doing this question now. You can try it. You can try it. star to delta connection is required here now. Mostly they will get what now, one star to delta like this mostly. I will draw. Just I am giving now one rough idea. We can take like this now. By connecting such an arrangement, you can get answer directly now. By connecting like this now. So delta connection, whenever you are converting into the star, it comes values. You apply the formulas already given in the foundation course. It comes as a 1 ohm resistor here. The resistor comes as a what? This value will be approximately 0.5 ohms. It comes 0.5 ohms possible here now. And this value will be, next one will be, understand now, this value will be around 1 ohm is mostly possible. Delta to star you convert. 1, 0.5, those values will come. But whenever you got such a simplification, whenever you had such a modification, the network I can redraw. It comes here 1 ohm resistor and 0.5 ohms, this side it comes only now, this side 0.5, no doubt. Here the 2 ohm resistor will come. Finally, T network will be formed. This value will be 1 ohm is possible here. This side you will get the 0.5, but these two will come in series only, 1 ohm and 2 ohm. That value becomes what? 2 ohms only, 3 ohms only possible. 2 plus 1, 3 ohms it is possible. We know very well this voltage is V1 here, this voltage is V2. Polarity I can put plus minus, plus minus. The current directions are taken, this is I1, this current direction is taken I2. This total current is nothing but I1 plus I2, you know very well. But thereby required Z21. Z21 required means which side you can take, this path I can select to get Z21. By using the V2 equations I can get Z21. Whenever I apply the KVL, I will get V2 equal to, the form will come like this now, V2 equal to 0.5 into I2, 0.5 into I2 possible. When you go down, 3 into I1 plus I2 possible here, 3 into I1 plus I2 I can write now, when I apply the KVL. And finally, the equation is written like this now, V2 equal to 3 I1 here plus 3.5 I2 is possible. So we know very well 3.5 I2 you know. V2 means this value will be taken as a what? This value is nothing but Z21 I1. This value is nothing but Z22 value. Z22 value. So what is Z21 means? We can write directly 3 ohms. We can write directly Z21 is nothing but 3 ohms only possible. This is the solution for this question. Very easily we are getting answer. Now I want to give one more question in your hand. You please try to give answer. Your valuable answer is required. I think you followed this the way to do this question. And the next one I want to give now. The next question is given like this. The ABCD parameters, the ABCD parameters of an ideal n is to 1 transformer shows transformer shows in figure are N0 matrix is given like this, N00X is given, N00X. The value of X will be yes, here given transformer like this, here given like this, it is with n:1 ratio. This voltage is given V1 and this voltage is given V2, and the current directions are given in the problem. This is given as an I1, this current is given as a I2. These are the current directions are given in the problem, and options also given in this problem. Option A, N, option B, 1 by N, option C is given here, N square, option D is given 1 by N square. Anybody can do this question without my help? Anybody can do this question without my help? You try at first. Just try for this question. Just you can try this question. Anybody can do this? But what way we can get its answer? Just watch. I will do this question, easily you can understand. This is the transformer, currents of I1 and I2 passing here now. The connection of the two voltages are there here now. The voltage is given this side V1, this is the terminal voltage V1. This voltage you will receive is a V2 only now. Connected supply is a V1 only here now. Turns ratio is given n:1. How we can find X value? These are all nothing but the what now? ABCD parameters only now. This matrix belongs to the ABCD parameters or transmission parameters. Is asking to find this X value. This parameter is not given. One parameter is not given in the solution. That parameter is asking to determine. How we can get? Just by using the relation between voltage and turns and voltage and currents, you can get the equation. That means the ratio you know very well. V1 by V2 equal to, you know very well, V1 by V2 equal to N1 by N2, N by 1. That equal to current ratio also we can take. Reverse direction, minus I2 by I1, that equal to minus I2 by I1, direction given reverse. But I wish to select what is V1, what is I1, these two I want. Why required V1 and I1 means I gave you already. The T parameter equations are V1 and I1 only now, already given in the last session only now. So what I wish to say, by using, by using which relation? By using this relation. What relation? This and this. I can get what value? What is V1? V1 equal to, I can write directly, N into V2, N into V2 I can write, N into V2. And this I want to take it as equation number 1 only now. And I1 I want to get from the what now? This relation only now. By using this relation, I can get what is I1. I1 equal to what I can get here now? I1 is nothing but minus 1 by N into I2 is possible. Minus 1 by N into I2 is possible. You know very well, what are the T parameters already given here now? V1 equal to, I gave already AV2 plus B minus BI2, we know very well, minus BI2 already given. I1 equal to, already I gave it, CV2 minus DI2 is given already. You can make the comparison. When a comparison is made, you will get directly one now. What are the D is directly enough? This is D. This is A, B, C, D. Otherwise, you can get what is A. You compare A equal to V2 quotient from the V1. A equal to N. What is B? The B value is not given, 0 only. We don't have coefficient of I2 here now. What is C? If I ask, C is nothing but what here now? V2 quotient we don't have here now. C is 0 only now. What about D? If I ask, D is nothing but 1 by N only now. Minus D, this is a minus 1 by N. 1 by N only possible. And I can write directly here now. These AB's T parameters I can write. T parameters. T parameters. How I can take T parameters? N0, N0, 0, 1 by N. Now you can make a comparison. What is X? X equal to 1 by N only now. I can write X is nothing but 1 by N I can write. This is the required solution for this question only now. Such a way we can tackle this question now. But this question is a repeated question, even the GATE or PSUs or engineering service. Very important question. And I wish to give one more question in your hand. You please try to tackle this question. Next question. The H parameters of the network shown. The H parameters of network shown are is asking to find them. Here given 10 ohm resistor here. There is a 10 ohm resistor. 20 ohm resistor this side. This voltage is given V1. And this side it is not connected anything, directly V2. This current is given I2 here, this current is given I1. Anybody can find H parameters for the given network? Without my help, you please complete this question. 20 ohms this side, 10 ohms that side. Given. Yes, you can try directly. What way we can get these values? Please start doing this question. Start doing this question. But you know very well what are the H parameter equations. In the last session I gave H parameter equation now. By using those equations we can get directly here now. Otherwise you can do by one more way also, still easy way. It is nothing but a T network, very good. From the T network you know how to find out the Z parameters. By using the Z parameters directly you can determine H parameters now. Just by modifying the what now Z parameter equations we can get the required H parameter equations now. What way we can get that? You please watch, I will do. I will explain how to do now. From this network, T network, I can get easily, this current is I1 plus I2, you know, easily you can get Z parameters. How I can get Z parameters? When I applied the KVL in this direction, V1 equal to 10 I1 plus 20 into I1 plus I2, you know very well. 20 into I1 plus I2. Finally, I am getting V1 is nothing but 30 I1 plus 20 I2 I am getting. This is nothing but what now? This is Z11, this is Z12 value, we know very well. Anyhow, you got V1 equal to this form. And second equation I can get from the what now? This path. Then I can take V2 equal to what? 20 into I1 plus I2. 20 I1 plus 20 I2 I can write. We got two equations directly here now. But now required H parameters equation now. But how the H parameter equations, how to be written H parameter equation, then you can make the comparison easily now. We know very well H parameters are V1 equal to H11 into I1, H12 into V2, you know very well. And I2 is nothing but H21 into I1 plus H22 into V2. These two equations are said to be H parameter equations. But in such a form, you have to bring those two equations. If you brought in such a way directly, you will get the H parameters only now, by comparison only now. How we can get? How we can get this? How we can get means, please watch. Anyhow, it is required I2 equal to in terms of I1, V2. I2 in terms of what? I1 and V2 required. Second equation you watch. I will get. What is I2? If I ask, anybody can say easily 1 by 20 into what? They required I1, I2 required I1. I1 means what? Minus 20 I1 minus 20 I1 plus V2 is possible here. I have taken what is I2 from this equation. I2 is nothing but, we got as a what? 1 by 20, 1 by 20 it comes, minus 20 I1 plus V2 only we can take. If you made the comparison, you can say H21 is how much and H22 is how much, directly you will get it. But the next one is what? V1 is required in terms of I1 and V2 only now. V1 is required in terms of I1, V2. I got I1. I2 is not allowed. I want in terms of the V2 only now. This equation, this I2, I would like to substitute here now. On substitution, I can get the what now? V1 equation directly now. I say, I wish to substitute here now. V1 equal to 30 into I1 plus 20 into I2. I2 is nothing but 1 by 20 into what? Minus 20 I1 plus V2 we know very well. Plus V2 it is possible. And I can take here now 20, 20 here cancel. I am getting finally V1 equal to what? 30 I1 here. This is a minus 20 I1. It becomes a 10 I1. I am getting 10 I1. What about the V2 value? These two are cancelled means I can get coefficient, only V2 is available. We don't have any other value. Yes, you can make a comparison, you will get answers directly now. Just to make the comparison, you will get answer now. How we can get the answer now? V1 is nothing but 30 I1, I got 30 I1, V1, is it correct? Check it. Yes, I am getting like that only now. V1 I am getting here now. Yes, we can form the what now? Now, H parameters we can get directly. H parameters we can get directly. How I can get? V1 equal to H11 is nothing but, you make a comparison. H11 is nothing but the 10. And H12 is nothing but the 1 here. H21 is nothing but, how much? Coefficient of I1, 20 by 20, cancel now, you will get minus 1. What about the H22 is nothing but H22, coefficient of V2, 1 by 20, you can get here now. So, like that, this problem is to be tackled to get all H parameters. 10, 1, minus 1, 1 by 20. So 1 by 20 is nothing, but if you want, you can write 10. This is a 1 minus 1. 1 by 20 is nothing but 0.05 comes mostly. Yes, these are the required H parameters. I think you followed easily. It's not a tough question, very simple question. Next question, I want to give in your hand again. Next question I want to give. Next question is given for the two-port network. For the two-port network. For the two-port network shown in the figure. Shown in the figure. The impedance Z matrix is asking Z matrix in ohms, all will come in ohms only, is, and here given the network like this. This is with 10 ohms, here connected with V1, and here given 30 ohms. 30 ohms here given. Here given 60 ohms. 60 ohms. This is V2. Anybody can do this question? Can you give answer for this question? I hope easily you can do this question. So 10, 30 and 60 is given. Yes. Can you try this? But I want to wait for some time. You please try this question. Just by watching this network, you can identify the way of movement here required. What way of movement is required in this particular problem? The given network is nothing but the pi network. You know very well from the pi network how to get the what now? Y parameters. Directly you will get Y parameters. By using the Y parameters, you can get the Z parameters. Z parameters are nothing but inverse of Y parameters only now, just inverse. Anyhow, it is a 2 by 2 matrix. To find inverse is very simple. It is very simple only now. So anybody can find what are the Y parameters for the given network at first. By using those Y parameters, you can determine Z parameters. Anybody? But I said what way to get the required parameters. What I said, initially you try to get Y parameters. Initially Y parameters are required, means YA is a must, 1 by 10, it comes in more. YB is also required, 1 by 30, more it comes. YC also required, 1 by 60 I can write. Once we know YA, YB, YC, you know the formula. You know the formula for the Y parameters. What are the Y parameters? y parameters are to be taken like this. But I gave already formula ya plus yb, ya plus yb, and also minus yb this side. This is a minus yb comes this side, and yb plus yc comes here now. This formula already given. You can use 1 by 10 plus 1 by 30 here. I will use now. Y parameters I want. Y parameters. How you can get these values? Ya is 1 by 10 plus 1 by 30. 1 by 10 plus 1 by 30. Here one parameter. And what about the next one? Minus yb. Minus yb means minus 1 by 30. This side minus 1 by 30. Minus 1 by 30 here. Here it comes minus 1 by 30. And the next parameter you know very well, yb plus yc. Yb plus yc is given. Yb means 1 by 30 plus 1 by 60. 1 by 30 plus 1 by 60 is possible now. Anybody can simplify these values? Can you give this? 1 by 10 plus 1 by 30 minus 1 by 30 and 1 by 30 plus 1 by 60. Yes, you take LCM for this and simplify. LCM is nothing but the 30. But these values mostly it comes in this way. 4 by 30 is possible. 30 is a 4 by 30. 30 is LCM. 3 plus 1, 4 by 30 is possible here. Here minus 1 by 30 is possible here. Minus 1 by 30 is possible here. 60 is LCM. 60 is LCM means 2 plus 1. 3 by 60 is possible. I can write 3 by 60 here now. 3 by 60. 3, 2, 32 is 2 plus 1. 3 by 60 is possible. Yes. These are all the y parameters. These are all the y parameters, so you can say that now. These are all the y parameters only now. But to find out the z parameters, what you have to do? You need to find the determinant. Det value is a must. Without determinant, I can't get it now. So delta y I want. Determinant of y. This into this. 4 by 30 into what I can take? 3 by 60 minus plus 1 by 30 into 1 by 30. 1 by 30 into 1 by 30 is possible. But on simplification, this value comes as 4 by 30, 3 by 60, 1 by 30, 1 by 180 is possible. 1 by 180 is possible. This is delta y value. This is delta y value. Why delta y required means this is a delta y is nothing but a determinant of this value. I am in need of z parameters now. I am in need of z parameters. Z parameters are required. How I can get? 1 by delta y formula, you know, determinant of what now? Y inverse only required. Inverse of this y matrix. Y for y parameters, inverse is required. 1 by determinant. 1 by determinant means 1 by 180 is possible. Into adjoint of this required. After transpose, adjoint is required. But in the matrix, you know, this goes to this side. 3 by 60 inverse you can get 1 by determinant into. This goes to here 3 by 60. This will come to this side 4 by according to the matrices. This sign change is possible. 1 by 30, this is a 1 by 30 is possible. This is finally you can take it here now. But on simplification, it comes like this now. Whenever the simplification is applied, whenever you apply the simplification, the z parameters you can get like this. Whenever you are using the calculator, z parameters are taken as 9, 6, 6, 24 it comes. Like that, z parameters are calculated by the way of converting the what no given by the way of getting the what no y parameters from the given pi network, and you can calculate like this, by this way we can get only, you can say, understand now. It's not a complicated, anybody can do easily, I think, understand, And still few more rules I would like to give here, But already these rules are given, I think, what, yes. Have you done this now? Anybody followed, or any doubts are having? Any students are having any doubts regarding this? And the few more conditions or rules I can give here now. Then you can understand standard rules I will give now to do questions of different model now. What are the rules are required here now? Standard rules I can write directly. I can write these as a standard rules. You take these as a standard rules and do the problems. In a problem, sometimes you will be given z parameters, za equal to what no? Z parameters of A, z parameters of the B. These two z parameters are connected in series, you will give. I will say if za and zb, za is nothing but the z parameters of this circuit A only now, and z parameters of circuit B is given, zb. Both are connected in series, they will give in the problem. Are connected in series, they will give. Whenever it is given in series, at the time what are the new z parameters are formed, they will ask. New z parameters are calculated by za plus zb, they will apply. za plus zb, this formula is applied. If you apply this formula directly, you will get the new z parameters. If za, zb are connected in series, this condition is more important in doing the problems. And the second condition is nothing but if ya and yb you will give in the problem. Y parameters of A, y parameters of the B will be given. But you will say those two are connected in parallel. At the time, what formula applicable? If ya and yb are connected in parallel, are connected in parallel, are connected in parallel. If it is connected in parallel, the new y parameters calculated by addition of these two only now, ya plus yb, if you add it, you will get the new y parameters like this, new y parameters. Sometimes in the problems you may give in this form. What form you will give? If transmission parameters, that is nothing but ABCD parameters. If transmission parameters TA and TB you will give. But you will say these two are connected in, these two are cascaded, you will say TA, transmission parameters TA and TB are cascaded, If they are cascaded, what formula you can apply? If they are cascaded, you can use the new T parameters formed is nothing but the product of these two. That means this product of these two required now TA and TB, these are nothing but the two matrices only now. By using these two matrices, you will get the required T. There is nothing but T1 into T2 they will apply. By using this from TA into TB, TA into TB. By using this formula, you can determine required T parameters now. These are all the conditions are very important now, understand now. But I hope so far you followed the rules and conditions and the way of doing problems. Thank you all.